Hi, Facebook. How's it going today? We are coming to you live from Rythmia. Lindsay here. So happy to be here with you guys. I'm going to give people a chance to hop on. If it is your first time with us, please tell us where you are from, and thank you so much for joining us. We are located in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica, where we are getting a little bit of rain today. And we have had a beautiful week. Thank you all for being here with us. We are located close to the ocean, so it is considered a blue zone, and this is a place where miracles happen every week. We are wrapping up a full house, and I'm happy to have Jessica here with me today. So if it is your first time joining us, Rythmia Life Advancement Center is offering a 7-day program. It is a place to come and really let go of anything to create a lot of space for receiving. The program that we have is set up for a sacred plant medicine ceremonies. It is accompanied by beautiful high vibrational food, classes that fill you in and help you learn how to move smoothly through the ceremonies, and to also go into the integration process. The Breathwork class is a transformational breathwork, and we have yoga every morning, meditation classes, dance of liberation. It is a beautiful place to come. If you guys have been here before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't been here before and you're interested in it, you can go to our website or you can call this number right here, and we would be so happy to talk to you and to answer any of your questions. So let's see here. Welcome. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Christian. Hey, Carla. So nice to see all of you guys joining us today. Welcome, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, with the rain, we never know how the sound quality is going to be. So if you can't, please just let me know. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So Jessica, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here and sharing your story with us today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so, and where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
And how did you hear about Rythmia?
I was starting to do just like a little soul searching and listen to Joe Rogan podcast.
Of course.
And I came across ayahuasca and started like trying to find somewhere to go. And then a friend who had actually been here, when I was kind of telling him what I was looking for, was like, I know the place where you need to start. This is where you need to go.
Perfect.
Super confident, and I looked into it. Now,
yeah, we're so happy that you've been here for the week. So whenever you booked your trip, did you notice that synchronicity started popping up in your life?
I booked my trip in July. It was kind of one of those things that I've been putting off, and suddenly I was like, I'm standing still. I need to just like make some things happen. And so I called up, I booked it. His name's Daniel. Called me right away, and I was like, oh, this is great. It's going in this direction. And I have, it's been like in the past few months since then, I've been feeling things fall into space around being able to identify the things in my life that weren't serving me more so than I had been earlier. And now that I look back on it, it's like I almost started making space. Like I spent those months identifying the things that were like taking my energy, no matter what they were, positive or negative. So now I'm able to describe it. It's like I was starting to make some space without realizing it.
Amazing. So once you booked the trip and then you actually came to time to pack and get ready to go, and then once you got to the airport, you landed here in Costa Rica, and then one of our Rythmia guests was there to greet you. How was that?
Good. I was nervous. Yeah. I packed last minute. I work way too much, so I didn't have a ton of time to I hadn't thought about it as deeply as I thought I was going to have time to, and so they were there to greet me. It was great. They sat us down, and I met a bunch of people, and I was feeling like kind of closed off and a little nervous, and so I was very quiet on the ride over, and I started being hard on myself, like, why are you being so shy? Why are you being so timid? Like, and I kind of was just in my own head on the bus ride over.
That changes throughout the week. So once you arrived here, how was the check-in process?
It was super easy. You guys had a lot of people come in at once, and so we were set to go eat right away, which was awesome because we were starving, and the food is so good. But it was a really nice.
Thanks to Chef Meg and all of her wonderful recipes.
So good. So it was nice to sit down and have a meal right when we got here, and so I started to feel a little bit better. But it was there. You could see people who had been here, and they were super excited. And at the time, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, everything is like so." There's so many people, and I was a little like just taking it all in. But everyone was so gracious. Everybody here is so nice, like connected. Like every interaction you have.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Cool. And so after the check-in process, you went to medical intake and you got to meet with one of our doctors. And how was that experience?
It was super simple. I mean, they're thorough. They have the questions that you need to ask, and then you meet with a nurse. But it was like pretty painless. I guess it was a pretty easy process. Yeah.
Cool. I know a lot of people are always curious about that, so it's nice when you guys get here to just go ahead and meet with the doctor and get checked off the list so you're ready to do the ceremonies.
Yeah.
And so the first night, you arrived on Sunday, and so the first class you got to experience was the transformational breathwork.
Yeah.
And how was that?
It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I had overwhelming like fits of giggles and belly laughter. And it was just like, it was very grounding. It started to give you like that feeling of like, oh, something really special is happening. But it's so cool to get in a room with that many people and share that experience.
Yeah, the breathwork is really powerful, and it's beautiful mixed with the different ceremonies. And so you do a breathwork class at the beginning of the week and then again at the end of the week. So that was on Sunday, and then Monday morning. How were you feeling? Were you getting ready for the day?
Yeah, I was feeling excited. Now that I look back, I had no idea what I was in for. So I was just kind of feeling it out.
Cool.
So,
and so Monday morning you went to Jerry's opening talk.
Yes.
And how was that?
It was pretty fantastic. He's just like a one-of-a-kind dude who talks about just spirituality and like his journey in a way that there's just not another person who really puts it out there like that. And he makes you laugh, he shocks you a little bit, like it really brings it all together. It's like what this place means to him and like how sacred the work is. But I mean, he gets everyone laughing, like the whole room. It's like, it's a very shocking, enjoyable, like, it was a great session. He's such a good storyteller.
His story is really amazing. So great. And then you were beginning to get ready for the first ceremony. So Monday night, going into it, how are you feeling?
I was nervous. So thinking about like the intention of show me who I'd become. I had this like, this intuition inside where I, in a way, was very aware of who I had become and how painful it was becoming for me. So I think I went in with trepidation that it was going to be painful. It was very stressful. So I was like excited, but like a little scared.
And then going into Tuesday, having the classes all day and then the plant integration, did you feel a little bit better going into Tuesday night?
I had like a 180 to Tuesday. Going into the second ceremony, I felt peaceful. I felt faithful. Like I felt a deep sense of like prayer and gratitude. It was like, even when I was looking back at it the next morning, I was like, how did I get into that space so quickly? But like the classes were full of like information that I was soaking in, and I just like the things that I had put out of my way the night before had made just like a very peaceful, like I was excited and like focused and relaxed at the same time. It was great.
Cool. And then going into the ceremony, how was Tuesday night? Tuesday night was Brad's ceremony.
Tuesday night may have been the best night of my life.
Amazing.
And I mean, every night was pretty miraculous, but I just like connected with myself and the earth and the room in a way that I didn't know was possible. And just like, it was truly like a profound experience. I just have never felt a stronger sense of like who, like of myself, my soul. Yeah, even the next day, people who were around me in the area were like, "You were just having the best night." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I was." So
Beautiful. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
So then going into Wednesday, going into more classes, more education, then the plant integration. How was the Wednesday during the day?
So Wednesday during the day, I couldn't handle how happy I had been the night before. Like the whole day, I felt like my heart was going to explode.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the plant integration, Meryl's class. That gave a lot of context to like the things we were seeing and a little bit like history, which kind of like grounds all the things you're learning and seeing and experiencing yourself. And so I was like, sure. I think I was very attached to the night before. I was like, sure, it was going to be just as good and the same. So that was kind of my going into it.
And so Wednesday night was Sarah's night, which is so beautiful. And how was that?
So it was kind of split into two separate experiences. The first half was like me almost demanding to have my same night over. And then so I just was like, nothing was happening. And I was able to clear out my expectation. And then there was like this switch where it was just so joyful in a different way. I cried a lot. I felt like I was like cleansing a lot. Like it was like so much love and like respect, and the space that Sarah creates and all of you guys create is like so beautiful. And so it was like such a different experience, but very like it was humbling to like realize that I had been attached already to my experience prior, but just like the music and the emotion that came up for me was really beautiful.
The art of surrender is something that we all practice here constantly. And so you can see that it really does make a difference to just be open to whatever comes and not to hold on to the past experiences.
Yeah.
So, and then going into Thursday, how were you feeling after Sarah's ceremony?
I was feeling really wonderful. I was starting to see that I was like going in like everything was starting to line up in a way that I could see these different epiphanies, almost miracles that I was having on a nightly basis, and how they kind of led me forward. And at that point I was like, I can't imagine what could possibly happen tonight.
Yeah.
Like I was now accepting the fact that every experience was going to be beyond anything that I could imagine.
Amazing. And then going into Thursday night ceremony, and so Leo led us this Thursday.
So it was totally different, but I've like really the respect and like admiration for just like the process of the ceremony, like lighting up outside, getting into the space, like that is so beautiful. I really, really was enjoying that piece of it. And Leo is that just like the history and the lineage was so inspirational, and the Yahe is so different. It was less like, it's harder for me to verbalize Thursday. Like the other nights I could tell you these visions, these experiences I had, and how they're like related to this person in my life. Thursday night was like I felt like I broke through into something that I've never been given the tools to explain.
Beautiful.
And just the cleansing experience was different because I didn't really have any of that like encouraging or anything the nights before. So I felt very grateful to have that experience.
And so after Thursday night ceremony, on Friday morning, seeing the sunrise and just remembering and going over all the miracles that happened. Is there anything that really stands out to you that you would like to share?
Well, I think the one thing I told you is earlier, and I've been thinking about a lot, is I would have never described myself as a person of like with faith. I'm spiritual in some ways, but I think I truly have a faith that I didn't have before. I like have a deep respect for this concept of like clearing out this space to invite new growth in, and the importance of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, as I look now, I know that there were things I needed to change, or wanted to change, and I now have this like deep conviction of why it is so truly important that I live in the way that feeds my soul and furthers this journey. It's been the most profound, amazing week of my life.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. And then going into Friday. So you got some rest on Friday,
Yes.
ate some amazing food, and then went back into breathwork.
Yes.
And how was the Friday night breathwork? Was it different from the past Sunday one that you did before?
Yeah. I would say the whole room was different, like the energy, which helps. Just make it a deep contrast. And I enjoyed it. I had moments where you kind of feel that like energetic sensation that reminded me a bit of what I experienced during ceremony with the medicine. And then a woman near me just had like fits of giggles and this like deep sensation of enlightenment. And it was so beautiful to watch. Because for me, it was like very relaxing and I enjoyed it, but just to be able to watch someone else have such a moment like that. There were so many times on Friday and throughout the other nights where I was watching things that are truly miraculous. And it feels like it's happening all the time here.
Yeah.
But just to witness some of those things with my own eyes has been really incredible.
Amazing. And so throughout the week, you also get massages. There's some colon cleanses that come with the package. How are those experiences?
The massages are amazing. I did a deep tissue, which is great, and an abdominal, which I really enjoyed. And those spas, like so nice and clean and beautiful. And then the cleanses are humbling, but also I realized like for me, a very important part of feeling like focused and like centered and cleansed and working a process almost, like knowing you have a certain amount of them, that you're eating well and everything is moving through. The last one I had, I cried.
Yeah, it's all set up to help you move through this process easier. So, yeah.
I never would have thought I would sit in the middle of a colon cleanse and just wept gratefully, but I did.
Amazing. And do you have anything else that you would like to share with people that are thinking about coming, but maybe they're on the fence?
Yeah, there are a million reasons to create for yourself to be on the fence. Time, money, other priorities. This has been the singular most transformational experience of my life. If there's anything that you are uncertain about or seeking or feel unsettled with and you want to find out, you want a quick big kick of the ass forward, this is where you should come.
Beautiful. Thank you. And will we see you again? Do you plan on coming back?
Yes. I'm going to challenge myself to get 3 people in my life here, and then the gift will be a trip to myself.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, we are just so happy to have you here with this beautiful family. So do you feel like that you have 75 new brothers and sisters with you this week?
Yeah.
And can you share a little bit more about the group bonding experience that you've had?
Yeah, and I'll say this, the first day I was here, I was like very in my head, and I was like, my thought was that I spend so much of my energy like talking to people all the time in my life that maybe it's just not what I want to do when I'm here.
Right.
And it's so funny looking back now. The experience that you have here with the ceremonies and the medicine and these classes, like just you dig so deep into your soul that one, like crawling around the people on the floor, some people are sick, some people aren't, some people are sweaty. Like that is a truly like human experience and like any I've personally ever had. And then just the conversations, like the way you get to know each other is so different. Today at lunch, I was asking people that I know everything about all these experiences they've had, but I'm like, what do you do? Wait, where do you live?
Right.
And it's like the opposite of how we usually interact as adults, where you're like, what's your job? Oh, very nice job. Now we're friends.
So it's more on a soul level connection and seeing everyone as their childlike self.
Yes, absolutely. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Like you start to see people's, like their inner person first.
Yeah.
I would almost say.
Yeah.
And it's such an important part of the experience because it truly, I keep saying profound, but it truly is. And to have people you can speak with about it, especially who were there, having conversations with people who watched me experience certain pieces has been really helpful. And just even the words I'm going to use to describe it. So the people are. It's been magical.
And the support, where these people were strangers to you 7 days ago, and now you have support from a new family forever.
And it's such a small world. I'm from Chicago, and as people are starting to leave, people are getting in the WhatsApp group and the Facebook group. 2 things I would have definitely ignored. Like normally people are like, join the Facebook group. I'm like, no, don't need to do that. And people are getting on, immediately sending messages already. People in Chicago, we're gonna have lunch in 2 weeks and just check in with each other.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just to support each other through the integration.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for that.
Amazing. And is there any one thing that you are really going to be focused on going back home that wasn't on the forefront of your mind before you came here?
I think so many things. For me, I would say it is having integrity in the journey and like putting myself and this experience and like my path forward first, and staying true to all this growth and all these like this new perspective that I have and treasuring it at all costs, like making sure that it endure like for my job and my schedule and all of these things. Like this is the thing I need to feed first, my soul. I don't even think I would have been able to say it like that until now. I've never like openly been like, oh, my soul feels this, and now I think it's like the number one most important thing I have in front of me.
Yeah. So, and as far as the ego is concerned, how do you feel like that's shifted?
I mean, ego never goes away. I guess. So it's
Ego
there.
is your ego.
Yeah, like even last night in my brain, I was like on Instagram, and it was like in my ear. I was like, oh, there it is. So it's like an easy identification of the things that I'm doing solely out of ego. Because you see it die, or you feel it die so many times within the week. And it's this like liberating, scary experience. I think it's definitely something I have, like, it's going to be painful, I think, as I continue to like separate myself from it. But the like experience with it disappearing, I don't even feel like I know how to verbalize it yet.
Right.
I feel like will be one of them, as time goes by, will be one of the things that I treasure most.
So shedding the layers of all of the things that we thought that we were, thought that we needed, or we thought that we were so holding on to. One of the beautiful things about being here and doing this work is that we have the ability to let go of that and allow our true lights to shine from within. And so going back into the integration process is incredibly beautiful, and seeing the transformation of all of these beautiful brothers and sisters of mine as well is just so heartwarming. So,
it's just been the most incredible week, and I think there were so many things that I was filling my life with, and a lot of it from an ego standpoint, and things that you're like should be grateful for because you have, but you only have them for ego's sake, so they really empty you. They take your energy from you. I don't know how I could have learned that any other way.
and so going back, will you be more conscious of like the things that you watch, if it's the news or reading the newspaper, or even maybe gossiping with friends? Do you think that that's changed?
Yes, so media consumption was something that I was hoping to fix by coming here, because when I get stressed out, I'll put on just like garbage TV to numb myself. And I realized one of the things this week is like you are what you eat, from a media perspective as well. Like you are what you consume. So like mindless TV, the result is mindlessness. So that's something I already was like, oh my gosh, I have an 8-hour flight. Like I'm gonna write, like just thinking about like how I spend that time, and that'll definitely change for me. That was one of the first things. Like on the second day, I was like, oh shit, I'm like taking in all this stuff that just clouds my head. And then from a gas perspective, I'm kind of nervous. I think we kind of briefly touched on that, but that's a way a lot of people connect when they don't have deeper connections. And I anticipate that means a lot of relationships will shift in my life.
And then there'll be room for new ones to come in.
So it's like the making space analogy for me has been so powerful. Like the first night was me making space for the next two, and then that third night was bringing it all together. This like an enormous sense of love, and I think I'll continue to make space over the next lifetime.
Yeah. So the 4 plant ceremonies that are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, overlooking all of it, it's really a combination and ends up being one big, beautiful ceremony because they all work together so wonderfully. And looking back over it, I personally have seen you just glow from within. So just so happy that you stepped up and stepped into your own power and showed up for yourself. It's such a beautiful thing, and I honor you for doing that. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you again and see all the people in your life that you sent here.
Absolutely,
So,
and thank you to you, Lindsay, and everybody.
Yeah.
This has been, you guys are helping people find miracles every day. It is truly astounding, and I'm so grateful for what you guys are putting out to the world.
And so not only did she get one miracle, but she was telling me that she has had miracles every single day. And even as she was walking here, she had a realization or an aha moment of another one. So it's absolutely beautiful to see.
Yeah, it's been incredible. You should come.
Yeah, you guys should all come. Again, if you guys are joining for the first time and have any questions or just want to check it out, you can check out the Rythmia website or call this number. You can also go onto our YouTube channel and check out tons of videos. And you can go to TripAdvisor and read so many reviews. And we can't wait to see you here too. So Jessica, thank you again. And absolutely my pleasure to do this role with you guys today. So have a beautiful day and hope to see you soon. If I can end the video. Sorry guys. What's happening?